Hi Libra, this is going to be your art channeled message. I channel messages through art, creativity. I really hope my messages inspire you to see the art within yourself, within your journey, and within everything around you because we all start from zero, which is a blank canvas. It's just kind of like the fool's journey or the art journey. If you'd like a personal reading, everything I offer is down below. I offer many things, and one of the special ones is your very own channeled piece, plus interpretation, plus tarot reading. It's really cool. I really love doing those. But anyway, lastly, there's no rules here, so if this finds you, it's definitely meant for you. You can binge watch them. They're all timeless. What's so special about my messages is they're like one big optical illusion like my art. There's the overall stuff. Then you look closely and it's like, how did that happen? How do I see that? How did that form in between the bigger picture? That's why I describe it as well, because I want you to see it. I want you to have your very own interpretation too. It's a very deep stuff here. A lot going on. What I started drawing for you was a man's face from the side. For some reason that happens a lot. The way I drew it was by barely lifting my pencil off the paper. Then on the inside, there's another person, and it's a boy or a younger person. This time, you can actually see more of him, though. I just heard you see my face, not my story. I'm literally getting this scenario of I'm a grown adult, but there's a child inside that's screaming, or there's a child inside that wants to get out. The child you once were needs something. It's shouting for it. I'm even getting this scenario of someone that reminds me of a headache when you're trying to focus and it's like you feel something rattling. Picture something like inside you that's just distracting and always nagging, like, I want this, I want this. It's like a little kid with an adult. You're like, no, you can't have that. You can't get that at the store, so stop begging me. It's kind of reminds me exactly of that. I'm highly drawn again to how the boy can be seen better. I just heard acknowledgement. That's what that symbolizes. It's going to be time to finally acknowledge / see the little girl, little boy within you. I'm also getting, since the younger version is basically depicted in the man's head, this means thought, dreams, subconscious. I'm not sure how this will come about, but it's very interesting so far. I also heard let me out as well, like I don't want to be in here anymore. I literally just got unfinished business. You have unfinished business with your younger self. They want to be freed until we'll see. One more thing. I'm literally suddenly seeing a fox in my drawing, like swiper no swiping. It reminds me of the Seven of Swords, very sneaky. I guess we'll see more about that too as we continue. I'm also getting that represents something creeping up on you. Unfinished business. We've even seen this alludes to unfinished business with an individual. Something happened as you were a child. This could even be, what do they call that? Deadbeat father, deadbeat mother. There's a term for this. Long lost sibling, long lost something. Let's see what we get here. Unfinished business with your inner self. Two of Pentacles. Immediately, I'm getting this scenario of like the devil and the angel on your shoulder. Like, have you ever seen those movies where, reminds me of Ratatouille actually, and there's many more where that came from, where it's the same kind of idea. It's like one person's there, the other is controlling them, or it's like conjoined twins or two people, like Freaky Friday as well. It's like, you're in my body, I'm in yours, but we look like our normal selves. This is you going back and forth with who you used to be. It's like an emotional roller coaster. I'm fine, then here comes the baggage I thought I was finished with, and I thought it wasn't bothering me, and then here it comes again. It also reminds me of like, a toxic relationship. It's like, here I get my hopes up, they disappoint me, get my hopes up, they disappoint me. For some reason, I was getting like this child being disappointed by a lot of you have had like been disappointed by a parental figure. You don't have one parent, maybe you have one and not the other. It's something like that. We're getting like an imbalance. You grew up with one. You grew up with one and had to make up for it. We've been getting this resembles like one parent having to do both roles or having to do both jobs. I don't know what that has to do with this, but we have justice. Seeing justice here as like custody, for some reason this feels like a child custody agreement, something that happened years ago. A lot of you could literally be meeting a parent you've never did before, they've never been around until now. For others of you, you're just finally facing something that you thought you've healed, but you actually didn't. It's like that inner child screaming for something. Six of Cups, come on. Ace of Pentacles. Hold up. You know what I'm seeing with this? It's like someone giving you what you needed, but later on, when you already had to compensate for the lack or compensate for what you didn't have before. And it's like, now I don't want it. It's like, oh, let me help you now. Let me offer a helping hand. Let me add another pentacle here. This is weird. Reminds me of like just simply someone finally wanting to step up to the plate. The Lovers. Seeing this as reunition. I don't think I'm saying that right, but you know. Reuniting. In and out. It's like an emotional roller coaster. Not a person you can depend on. And that's why you're not going to be fazed by this. Imagine seeing the Six of Wands there that was on the bottom. I'm seeing that something looks good on paper. So it's like, it reminds me of a parent that like, parent or a person that wants to be seen as a good parent. Like, oh, I'm doing all this. But when it comes to the emotional stuff, the bonding, that's not there. I'm seeing this too as like bonding. I've been seeing that bonding atoms, like from a scientific standpoint. Like creating a child, the cells. That's anyone can create a child, but it takes a real one to raise it. Seeing this as a seed. You can't just pick and choose when you want to deal with somebody. So I feel like this is really like relevant for somebody. If the Emperor, seeing that as emotional unavailability. Just someone who runs from everything. Someone who's very avoidant. Then we have the Nine of Cups. Figures. I'm gonna get an Oracle card. We have a King. Enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. And we have excessive feelings of entitlement. Yeah, this literally screams entitlement. I'll have it when it's convenient for me. And when it's not convenient for me, I'm just gonna go into my own little world again. Then we have rulership without restraint. This screams I want the benefits of being a leader. I want the benefits of being a ruler, even though I'm not worthy. I've offered no proof that I'm responsible enough to take care of a child or to be in that role. It's like not being deserving of being in a certain role. Like, you are not a king. You are not a queen. You are a con. That's how I'm seeing this. This is a facade. I'm seeing this too as, like, once again, having to make up for something that wasn't there, that should have been there the whole time. It's like, too bad. Too little, too late. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be encountering this very soon. Then we have hero and heroine, passion for journey of personal empowerment. Then we have escapism and false sense of heroism. Come on. That just speaks for itself. As for you guys facing your inner child, I feel like that just resembles you having to take things into your own hands. But I feel like it also taught you a lot about yourself. I feel like whoever this is that's coming in is going to satisfy, like, your inner child. It's like your inner child, like, wants something, it needs something, it's screaming for something. It's kind of like I resembled it to, like, the kid in the beginning, like, tugging on its mom's shoulders, like, I want this candy, I want this, and they're like, no, you can't have that. It's like you're finally getting what the younger you wanted, but then the older you is like, excuse me? I'm seeing too, this is like coldness, anger. It's like you've wanted this your whole life, but then when you finally get it, it's like, I'm also mad that it took you so long. I'm also mad that you think you can have things when you want it, and then just discard it when you don't want it. Really drawn to the imagery here too with the hills. This literally resembles what it's like. Something here about court system. Okay, Libra, that's the end of this art channeled message. Please like, subscribe, support the channel in any way you can. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I think the moral of the story here is can't count on everybody. I understand the anger, the resentment, all of it. Like, a lot of you can expect something, but it feels like very little, what do they call it? A little too late. Okay, guys. Bye.